Again, welcome to our second quarter. Our learning outcomes. In this lesson, you will learn the following. Of course, understand what a non-state institution is and its functions. Differentiate functions of non-state institutions in society. Okay, what is social institution? Social institutions are organized sets of elements such as beliefs, rules, practices, and relationships which are established with the aim of attaining social order. They are densely interwoven and enduring and are important structural components of modern societies. Without these institutions, society won't last. Naiintindihan ba? Sabi daw, it is an organized sets of elements such as beliefs, yung ating paniniwala, yung rules, yung mga practices natin, of course, yung relationship natin. Ito daw, nag-establish to attain our social order. Naiintindihan ba yan? Ito, in the non-state institutions. Yung state institution are institutions that are within the control of the state. Kumbaga, yung sa atin sa gobyerno natin, yun ang state institution. Ano bang best example nito? Yung mga nasa institution natin, di ba? Yan yung mga Air Force, yung Philippine Army, di ba? Yan yung nasa state institutions natin. And how about yung non-state institutions? Yan, it refers to institutions that are not under the control of the government or by the state. Mean to say, private yan. Hindi na yan nakakontrol ng gobyerno natin. Okay, both the state and non-state institutions are essential for the development of the society and we are unable to progress without either one of them. So, ito daw, state and non-state institution ay kailangan daw natin ay both essential para daw sa development of ating society, sa ating society. Ano ba yung sa lipunan natin na ginagalawan? Hindi daw tayo magpa-progress without either one of them. Hindi daw tayo mag-uunlad kung wala ang bawat isa dito. Naintindihan? Okay. What is the non-state institution? Sabi, the non-state institutions strive to come up with services and other necessities which the members of the society need in order for them to progress. Ang example daw nito ay ang ating bank. Diba sabi ko nga kanina, non-state institution ay hindi ito under sa ating government o sa ating state. Yan yung mga private. Yan yung tinatawag natin. Yung mga bangko, di ba? Dami yan. Ano ba ang role ng bangko sa atin, sa lipunan natin? Of course, the bank, the society relies on banks when it comes to keeping their wealth. Banks provide a safe place to save excess cash, known as deposits. However, banks do not merely store money or assets. They primarily make profit by lending a portion of the deposited money to corporations who make use of loans as capital for their business. Diba kaya nga marami din business dito? Tayo, mga tao, nagtatago tayo ng pera sa bangko para tumubo. Ngayon, yung bangko naman, akala nyo ba tinatago lang nila yung pera natin? Hindi ha. Pinapautang din nila yan sa mga corporation. Para lumalago. And at the same time, yung pera natin lumalago din. Diba? Pareho lang tayo nagbe-benefits. Yung bangko, pinapatubuan nila, mas mataas na patubo. And then, yung sa atin, tumutubo man yung pera natin sa bangko, maliit lang yan. I don't know kung how many percent yan a year. Okay, next. The non-state institutions, kasama din daw yung korporasyon, your corporations, refers to legal entities which are established under state law that are designed to generate a profit. They are an essential driving force for the economy of a state. They produce the products and services that we use in daily life. Ayan ay mga corporation. Ano ba mga corporation dito? Di ba yung mga ginagamit natin mga product ngayon, yung mga ano ba ang best example? Yung mga delata natin, di ba? Yung mga biscuits, shampoo, sabon, di ba? Yung mga product services na ginagamit natin sa pang-araw-araw. Yung mga services, ano ba yung mga services na ginagamit natin? Yan yung mga korporasyon sa atin, napakadami niyan. At alam ko naman na alam niyo yung mga example niyan, mga ginagamit natin sa mga natin, di ba, yung mga pinagpagawaan ng mga sabon, korporasyon yan. Sa San Miguel Corporation, di ba, yung mga alak, di ba, yung mga soft drinks. Andyan lang, ayan, dan yung corporation. At isa yan sa the non-state institutions. Private kasi yan, hindi under sa ating government. Okay, the non-state institution, kasama din daw ang religion. It's another social institution that is not under the control of the government. The separation of church and state allowed people in certain countries to practice religious freedom with government interference. Yeah, pinabayaan daw tayo ng gobyerno kung anong gusto natin religiyon. Mamili ka kung anong gusto mo. Maging Muslim ka, maging Katoliko ka, maging Christian ka. It's up to you. It's your freedom. Wala silang ano sa atin. Okay? Nasa sa atin daw yon. Sabi, religion is an essential part of society. It has been the basis of most of the laws and rules of governance among different states since the ancient times. Before the laws are made, most societies rely on religion in order to establish norms which help maintain social order. Napasama to. Okay, the non-state institution, isa pa din to. Cooperatives and trade unions are non-states that play a major role in the economic development of the society. Directly involved with economic system of production and distribution, influence the course and content of employment as well as the social economic policies established to ensure the welfare of the workers as well as the consumers, look after the interests of their members, and ensure that the employers will not abuse them. Mga trade unions also regulate the working relationship between the unions and the employers. Ayan, di ba may mga manggagawa? Diba, may mga union na tinatawag nila, meron din yan sa bawat trabaho natin. May mga union na tinatawag. Ito yon, dito yung pumapasok. So, kasama din siya sa non-state institution. Okay? And how about educational institution? Ito yon. Education is a relevant part of the development of humans and the society itself. It is for the reason that they became an important for social institution. Educational institutions nurture individuals to become productive citizens who will help build society for the better. O, nandito tayo. I believe itong education na to nasa week, ano na to? So, let's back to this non-state institution daw. I-discuss ko muna. Okay, yan yung sa non-institution and institution. Actually, yung mga sa state, ano natin, alam naman natin kung ano-ano yun, di ba? Yung under sa government, di ba yung mga sa SSS natin, state institution ba yan mga yan? Di ba? Yung mga natin, lahat na nasa government, lahat na tinatawag na state institution. Ha? Naintindihan ba natin? Yung non-state institution na discuss natin, ayan, yung bank, and then kasama din daw dyan yung ating religion, cooperative and trade unions. Okay? And how about educational institution? Ito. Very important to guys, ang educational institution. Why do you think we need education in our society? Oh, di ba? Ito, di-discuss ko. Education is a relevant part of the development of humans and the society itself. It is for the reason that they became an important social institution. Guys, batid daw ang education sa atin. Bakit? Kasi, para daw sa ma-develop naman ang ating pagkatao. Diba? Sa society natin, sa lipunan natin, syempre kailangan natin ng edukasyon. Hindi naman tayo po pwede na wala tayong alam panghabang buhay. Kasi paano unad ang ating state, wala tayong mga pinag-aralan lahat. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na, di ba, kung lahat hindi nakapag-aral at hindi makakapag-ambag sa ating gobyerno. Di ba? This reason that they became an important social institution nga daw, ayan, no? Educational institution nurture, ayan, individuals to become productive citizens who will help build society for the better. Ayan ang edukasyon daw, ang nagne-nurture o ang nagbibigay sa atin kaalaman, di ba? Para maging productive citizens tayo, maging kapakinabang na member of society tayo, di ba? Okay, there are two broad ways of approach to scientific knowledge. Yung scientific knowledge natin, ito yung natutunan natin through scientific process. For example, this one is empiricism. Is the approach that emphasizes experience and the facts that result from observation and experimentation. So, dito lang natin mga natutunan natin through observation. Siyempre, din experimentation, di ba? Natutunan naman tayo, paano naman natin na-discover na may mga gamot. Di ba? Through experimentation yan ng mga scientists. Di ba? Yung lahat yan. Now about rationalism. It is a stress reason and the theories that result from logical inference. Yun sa inyong mga pag-iisip, yung mga rational nyo, mga lahat nandiyan. Okay? Focus of sociology. Ano ba ang focus ng sociology? It's a quantitative social science. Most theories are based on polls, statistical analysis. Yan sa polls, di ba? Bumoboto yung mga magulang natin, di ba? Diyan nakikita yung dami ng tao, yung statistical analysis, yung sampling, and large collection of life histories. Sociologists strive to be as impartial and scientific as possible as they gather data. The data analyzed by sociologists is often used by government and officials and market researchers alike. Ayan daw yung focus of sociology. And then what are the, this is the best example daw ng sociology. Ang school and religion. Siyempre, alam naman natin, di ba sa school, iba't ibang klase ng tao meron dyan. Lahat tayo. Iba religion, iba-iba yung mga paniniwala, iba-iba yung mga culture natin. So sa school natin, iba-iba yung mga behavior. Right? And then sa religion naman, syempre, we all know na marami tayong religion. For example, Hinduism, yan yung mga Catholic, diba? Meron tayong mga Protestant, and then mga Iglesia ni Cristo. So maraming tao dyan, iba't ibang klase ng tao. So yan daw ang best example ng sociology. Okay, there are three major perspectives daw in sociology. Of course, we have symbolic, yan, interactionalism. Yan yung mga gumagamit tayo ng symbols. Diba? Yan yung maraming may face-to-face interaction. Paano ba natin makikita yung sa symbol natin? For example, di ba, alam naman natin kaagad. Kapag in love ang isang tao, di ba, may nakalagay kaagad na heart. Okay, symbolic interaction daw, the founding father niyan is Smith. Guys, nandiyan din yan sa written exam ninyo, written works ninyo, yung mga sociologists. The reason why sinasama ko yung mga philosopher natin dito, yung mga ano natin lahat, kasi lahat yan nag-a-appear sa written works. So it is very important na malaman natin kung ano-ano yung mga ambag nila. Ay contribute nila sa society. Okay, symbolic interaction. The founding father is Smith. He is an American philosopher. The theoretical perspective supports that people attach meaning to symbols, then they act according to the subject interpretations. Katulad nga na sinabi ko, di ba tayo, alam na kagad natin, makita pa lang natin yung mga symbols, right? So, kaya yan, kasama yan. And structure functionalism, the words can give an idea of this approach. Structure and function, the founding fathers of this perspective are si August Comte. Siya uli yung founder niyan, okay? Tatandaan niyo yan, nandun lahat yan sa inyong written works. Si Spencer and Durkheim, a social institutions like the family, the educational system, politics, religion, mass media systems, and the economy. Sila naman yan, ni Spencer and Durkheim. Okay, structures meet the need of society by performing different functions. In this function is a disturbance or undesirable consequence of some aspect of the social system, harmony and stability, and manifest the obvious intended functions of a social institution or social system. In Latin naman daw, the less obvious perhaps unintended function of a social structure. In Latin. Nandun din lahat yan sa written works ninyo. How about the conflict theory? The founding father is Karl Marx. Ito yung conflict theory at materialistic view of society. Ang focus nito is on labor practices and economic reality. Okay, totoo naman na we play by the rules, roles and functions of the social systems. Sociological imagination is a new concept of social science naman. Inintroduce daw yan ni C. Wright Mills. Si Mills defines sociological imagination as the vivid awareness of the relationship between experience and the wider society. Guys, itong question na to, nasa written works yan. Si Mills. Nandun din yan. Kaya tandaan nyo yun, mga yan, na dinidiscuss natin. Okay, what is anthropology? Anthropology daw is the study of humankind in all times and places. It involves the careful and systematic study of humankind using facts. Ano ba yung facts sa Tagalog? Mga ano? Based on ano? Katotohanan, katunayan. Sa hypothesis naman daw, ano yung hypothesis? And theories. Hypothesis naman yan, yung parang ano din yan eh, payak or katotohanan din niya. Kaya yung theories naman, mga puro-puro, yun yung mga palagay. Mga palagay, okay? It is concerned with other cultures, Languages, values, and achievements in the arts and literature. Pinag-aralan yung mga culture daw, yung mga language din natin. Guys, may annotation na naman. Kung sino ka man, ako. Anthropology is committed to experiencing other culture. Focus of anthropology and sociology. Ang anthropology daw is interested in the overall culture of a group of people. This includes social institutions, art, history, methodology, and common mores, among other traits. Anthropology is now studies societies all over the world that look for overarching things that are enforced through case studies. It also includes archaeology, and due to a great amount of speculation, is thought to be a softer science than sociology. Okay, sociology daw is a quantitative social science. Most theories are based on polls, statistical analysis, sampling, and large collection of life histories. Okay, summary. Dito tayo sa summary. Anthropology and sociology are both fields of science that study the behavior of humans within their societies. Ang anthropology dealt with the study of culture of other people, yung kultura, okay, ng ibang tao. While sociology was used to understand yung own society, yung sarili natin, yung society natin, yung ating lipunan.